Okay. Here in Mercury retrograde season. I'm fixing my camera, y'all. I have fixed up these cards, my homemade cards, and I found my evil eye bracelet too. There's this energy of this. In my mind's eye, I see this old hag with a swollen belly, and there, and she's horribly overweight, and has the ugliest soul I've ever seen. She comes across like a demon. It's crazy. But I have been told to take one card from each pile, and I pre-shuffled all of these to get a central energy, okay? But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna shuffle these through. Alright, so now I'm just grabbing this. Destiny swap was done on third party to take poverty destiny. Alright, somebody did a destiny swap on a third party. Alright, to get them out of poverty. Okay. I guess that is one reason to wait till a complete ending is over from a relationship. Maybe this is why this person looks crazy. Alright. Now we got, I've been told to take another one from here. But then I have other cards I'm being instructed to use. Alright, and then we got ex-lover has hateful drama. Okay. So the ex-lover has hateful drama. And they literally left somebody, obviously for a third party, and then took their destiny to come out of poverty. But the thing is I keep seeing a swollen belly. So I think possibly as they did that, maybe a pregnancy occurred. I don't know. It's something like that, guys. I just see a swollen belly. A really bad swollen belly. I don't know. The baby doesn't seem healthy either. And then we got someone has been blocking finances. Okay. But these are the three main energies. Alright, well, let's get into this reading. Alright. I got cards all over the place, guys. My whole life is cards, guys. Cards, cards, cards. And I even got more cards coming. Because it's the season of cards. The season of cards. Alright, guys. I'm going to go with these oracle ones here. These yin yang ones. I like the yin yang. I like them all. I swear, if I went to when I go to the spiritual shops and stuff, it's like I'm in the mall. I want them all. I do. It's crazy. I literally sit there and be like, I want them all. What are you talking about? Bring them all over here. I like all the cars. If the end of the world came, I would be in a spiritual store, y'all. Alright, we're gonna just grab one here, and we got belief systems, facade, conditioning, expectations, conformity, evaluating long-held beliefs, and awakening. Alright, so this third party was conditioned for a facade and a belief system, as this person stole their energy, and this was the reason they went with this third party. Wow. Alright, then we have ex-lover has hateful drama. Tell us about that one, Spirit. Tell us about that one. Stability. Stability and flow. Trying to balance juggling uncertainty. Stressful choices and chaos. Alright, yeah, this is why they have hateful drama. Because they got stability because they took the other one's stability, but I see a swollen belly. So I think God, just to get even with this person, made sure they got pregnant. That's funny. Alright, someone has been blocking finances. Let's find out the energy from that. Sometimes these make no sense in the beginning, but then in the end they make sense. In the end they always make sense. I feel bad for this third party, y'all. I do. I feel like they've played... They're like, was the bar... And then we got Mars energy on this here. Passion, lust, anger, attraction, vitality, action. It's hot energy. Mars. I've got that passion and lust. Someone's been blocking finances due to someone's lust. I want to say it's this third party. I do. I want to say this third party has found out with their swollen belly that this person is a douchebag. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. That is what I am thinking, y'all. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out this energy. Sometimes you have so many cards to go through to figure out an energy. Alright, here's more cards. Cards upon cards upon cards, y'all. Alright, these are all pre-shuffled too, so I'm gonna grab one here, find out what's going on. Pray for peace. This person is praying for peace. It says praying for peace does not mean ignoring injustice. It means refusing to meet violence on its own terms. You call in a higher resolution, one beyond their design. Alright, this person with a swollen belly that looks like hell. This person doesn't look good. It looks like they've been drained. They're praying for peace. Alright, I'm gonna grab another one from here. See what else we get. Alright, we got time will bring a surprise with stability. Time will bring a surprise. 32. If that means anything. Maybe they're 32. I don't know. Time will bring a surprise. Maybe it's this belly I'm seeing. I'm seeing a big belly. I'm seeing a real big belly. I am. And then this Mars. Tell us about Mars. Freedom. Independence, the ability to move without restrictions, liberation from obstacles. Alright, this person is moving around in freedom because they swapped and took the finances from this third party's energy. And they're moving around in freedom while this person appears pregnant. Pregnant or sick, I don't know. They got a tumor or something. I want to say they're pregnant, y'all. I want to say they're pregnant. I really want to say they're pregnant. Wow, so they're praying for peace. Alright, let me put these cards here, because these are just a lot of oracle cards. Alright, let me grab my situational ones. Yeah, that's pretty bad when someone's praying for peace, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't want that one. I think I want to ask my other cards. I have lots of cards. Cards upon cards upon cards, y'all. Got cards all day long. Cards all day long. And I make cards and everything. Alright. I'm going to ask these cards. Alright, why are they praying for peace? Please tell me why this third party is praying for peace. Third party betrays your person. Okay, so these are the ones I made by hand. Okay. They're praying for peace because they betrayed somebody's person, which really isn't their person. To me, I don't agree with this third party thing, because once they're gone, once you're gone, you're gone. They are their person. This is their person. It's just that other person never left the past behind and embraced the new person. But technically, they're not third party once they leave and the other person doesn't want you back. How can you be the third party? I mean, when you're not even involved or talking to a person. Have that make sense to me. Have that make sense. I got a different belief system with this third party business. Alright, tell me about time will bring a surprise. Please tell me about that. I'm just so damn curious about this. I'm like Curious George over here. Love triangle. Okay, so now this third party, they betrayed they became, as they were using their energy to swap destinies with the third party, took their energy for financial rewards and everything. They betrayed them with someone else. They're pregnant. And this third party put them in a love triangle. So they don't know if the baby's theirs. Okay. Gotcha, Spirit. Alright, well, let's go on. Tell us about this freedom and this Mars energy, because that's funny. It doesn't seem like much freedom to me, y'all. Love is denied. Okay, they think they got freedom from this whole situation, but this third party that interfered in your life found someone else, and they're pregnant, and now they don't know if the baby's theirs, and they got to stick around. Maybe they got to live together. I feel like they live in the same residence. It's funny. It's funny. Tell us about the third party betrayal, please, Spirit. Tell us about the third party betrayal. I gotta know. This is some juicy gossip, guys. Moon reveals secrets. Okay, so under this moon energy, this other lover got revealed. That's how it all came out. Gotta watch this moon magic, y'all. I just keep it real. I don't lie, because things always come out to the light. Okay, tell us about the love triangle. We want to know. Love triangle falls apart. I just literally did this and looked straight at the camera. I'm just pulling these out. The love triangle is falling apart. Oh, damn. Maybe the third party is pregnant and neither of them want anything to do with the interfering party that broke you and them up. Oh, how the web of deceit goes. The webs we weave of deceit. The webs we weave of deceit. Alright, love is denied. Lies spread on betrayal. Lies are spreading on betrayal. That's that Mars hot energy. Oh, boy. This is the tea, guys. I know this might not be your energy, and I get it, because this definitely is not my energy, because I make videos all day and I play with cards. So this definitely is not my energy. I just find this, I just like to hear the tea. You know, sometimes life is boring. I'm not wrong. And you get, when you're doing the right thing every day, you just be going, damn, I'm bored. I'm bored. What do I do? And I'm looking at all the cards and I go, I'm going to do a video. I am going to do me a video. Alright, I got the Pop Art Tarot. Alright, guys. Okay, these, let me reshuffle these for this energy because this is some hot tea. I had to come up here and tell you about the hot tea. And you know, the thing is I made tea. I got herbal tea to tell you the tea. It's really good too. I haven't been putting any sugar in it though. I haven't been putting sugar in my tea for some reason. Since I've been getting my upgrades, I just don't feel like I need sugar. And I eat a lot of peanut butter and I don't eat a lot of meat anymore. I mean, I do eat some, but I don't feel the need to eat a lot of meat. And I just like regular herbal tea, plain. Alright, tell us about the moon's revealed secrets. Greed. A clingy partner, jealousy, insecurity, holding on to past relationship, imposter syndrome, paranoia, avoiding collaboration with colleagues, saving for the future. And this is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is the secret that was revealed. I bet that pissed off that third party. Oh boy. This is funny, guys. I mean, you gotta know the tea about what's going on in your life, right? I'm just over here enjoying the tea myself. We got division. This is Two of Swords. I think this is... Okay, it's not reversed. Deciding between two lovers or balancing love with family or work, dealing with workplace conflicts, or taking sides, avoiding financial decisions, unclear financial situations. This is a crazy energy to be in, guys. I'm making this a short one. Yeah. This is crazy. Tell us about this Mars energy with all this love is denied and lies are spread on betrayal because, wow, this is the tea, guys. This is the tea. Alright, we got the Sun. This is the lie. We got the Sun. Joy and love in your relationship. Feel radiant. Love, high energy, enthusiasm at work. Successful completion of project. A strong, stable financial situation. Oh, these is the lies that was spread. They were telling everybody that they were in a successful relationship. No one knew it. That's the lie. Okay. But nobody knew about this. Wow. Whoever's dealing with this, God bless you, because wow. I don't think I got to pull anymore there. That's pretty straightforward. They were lying about having that Sun energy, having all this happy relationship, and nobody was having a happy relationship. Nobody. I'm going to grab my moon cards. Let's grab the moon cards on this one. Since we got all this moon energy, I got these. I got all my witch cards, oracles in there too. Alright, I'm gonna shuffle this and then go in front of you here and grab it so you know that I'm not cheating. I'm old school, guys. I came from Catholic school, y'all. Okay, let me just move some of these cards around and reshuffle. And some people, you know how you're in school, and I'm old. And the nuns would always say, don't be cheating, show your work, show your work. So, I am showing my work, y'all. I am showing my work. Alright, here we go. Okay, all of these are shuffled. Alright. Tell us what this moon magic is revealing on this tea. Alright, we got a watering can. Asking for help, sharing burdens. Okay, these guys are sharing burdens. Okay. They are sharing their burdens together. They did all this energy and they did this energy swap on the third party to share the burdens. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we got Earthworm, clarity, and reunion. They had to have clarity on the situation and reunite with the person that cheated on them that does not love them. I think it's because of the baby. That's just me. Or possibly not. It's the pregnancy, y'all. I've been picking up on a pregnancy all day. I feel like this is an extension of another reading. I do. Alright, now we have winter. Something happened in the winter with this. An ending, recharging, and reflection. An ending happened in the winter with another relationship. Something was done in the winter. Maybe the other lover was in the winter. Or the betrayal happened in the winter. Something. Winter is on the table. Winter's on the table. Oh yes. Winter is on the table. And we got, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Alright, we got a full moon in Scorpio. We got the Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy is pretty damn... Maybe this person's a Scorpio. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe one of these guys, the signs, is a Scorpio. I don't know. The Scorpio is... Something happened in the winter with the Scorpio. Alright, that's what I'm getting. What else here? We got mushroom. Recycling and breaking down problems. Alright. Maybe a Scorpio is over here breaking down problems. It doesn't seem like it was fruitful for them to go in to this union. It seems like it's just nothing but unhappiness to me. It don't seem very like a happy place to be. It's not Disney World around here, y'all. Alright, then we got preserve. Security. What the hell is this word? Forlat and thrift. Alright, they gotta preserve resources like a squirrel. So they're in poverty. They're preserving resources like a squirrel. There's nothing wrong with it. I love squirrels. I do. I love squirrels. Now my dog doesn't like squirrels, but I love squirrels. I think they're cool. Alright, and then we got B, community, cooperation, and sweetness. So there's a whole community that they're a part of. They're a part of a community, this Scorpio. Or this person that is a Scorpio. I only got one moon card, so maybe this person is a Scorpio. Just saying. Maybe there's a Mars placement. in it. I don't know. I'm just the reader and I was nosy. Okay, here we got another one. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous Moon. Someone's close to achieving their goal. I mean, yeah, someone's close to achieving a goal. We got Scorpio. There's a Scorpio on the table. They're obviously not doing well. They're not doing well. No. This is pretty much like the Five of Pentacles right here, y'all. Pretty much is the Five of Pentacles. It is. Let's do a final conclusion with this tarot deck here. Alright, give us a final conclusion on what's going on in this energy. Alright, we got Five of Cups. Healing from old emotional wounds, a job loss leading to better opportunity. Recovery from a career setback. Relief from financial losses. Rebuilding financial stability. Alright, so there was job loss and stuff up in here. I don't know. I said I've seen someone look like shit and they had a swollen belly. I still see that. They look terrible. They look sick. They look sick, trust me. And then we got Five of Wands. Avoiding arguments, striving for peace in the relationship, workplace competition or conflict is being resolved. Relief after financial stress or potential escalation in money disputes. This is what they're going through right now. And you see the one person's crying and the other person's there. Wow. I guess they do. You know, when you take somebody's problem, find out what you really got. Because sometimes you don't have the best. And then we got intellectual work. And this is the Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles? Alright, well. There's a pentacle here. And then there's two light bulbs. I want to say the one pentacle. I don't know. Maybe two pentacles. I don't know. Two pentacles. A quiet, reliable, and dedicated partner, committed in a relationship, dreaming big, pursuing further, training, establishing healthy financial habits. And now they're doing that. Alright, give me two more cards, Spirit, and then we'll end this. Wow. Alright, we got now fantasy. Somebody is in the Seven of Cups. A chaotic and confusing love life, limited career options, missed opportunities, gaining financial clarity, being distracted from financial goals, or lacking clear financial objectives. Somebody's doing intellectual work and the other one's in Seven of Cups. So we got one person doing one and the other one doing the opposite. Maybe that's why they're in two sides of the room. Possibly that's it. Let's see what else. One more final confirmation on this. Wow. Alright, we got the Emperor. Dominance in the relationship, loss of sensuality, rigid and uncompromising partner, implementing structure, establishing discipline, routine, and practicing financial discipline. Okay, so they went broke. Now that they got some money, they're literally in it because of the swollen belly, and they're taking it out, and it's a miserable place to live. I feel bad for these people. I really do. This energy seems very overwhelming. Doesn't seem like a happy energy. I guess what we can learn from this situation, let me go rest my eyes a minute. I guess what we can learn from this, because I've always am big on learning things, guys. I'm very big on learning things. Anyways, anywho, before you get with somebody, even if they sound really good and they're with someone else and they go, oh my god, they're the best, yada yada, shop around. Get to know somebody, because this other person and him probably would have broken up anyways, but this other person that came in and took the clickbait, it's coming in clickbait, that took the clickbait and gave their resources, energy, and time. What did they get? Besides depression, a swollen belly, and bad health. I guess if you lead your life in dishonesty and negativity, you get the negative end of everything. I guess that's what we could say. Because if they would have left well enough alone, the other person and them probably would have broken up, and they would have learned their lesson and maybe met that person and not been so in their ego. So I guess we might as well learn from this bad tea situation. And that is what I'm getting from this. Study and really know what you have. Because if you don't know what you really have, and you just jump into a situation, it can be bad and it could go wrong. So we'll take this as a parable. We will take this as a whole parable, guys. A whole parable from a page of learning and watching someone else's mistakes. Kind of like when you're younger and people tell you about all these bad things that happened to so-and-so and this one and that one. And then you go, oh, okay. I'm going to go to the daily devotional book. I haven't read from that. Alright, I don't really go for, I mean, it has a day for everything, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see what goes here. And we'll read a part of the Bible. Alright, I got to John 10 through 22, John 10, 22 through 42. Okay? And we are going to read that. And hopefully I pick up a happy card. It says, learn to alchemize both dark and light energy. Okay, someone out there in this energy has learned to alchemize light and dark energy. Maybe it's this person X. Maybe the person that, maybe they're all kind of attacking the other person and blaming the person's ex for everything. Usually the ex gets blamed for everything. So yeah. Alright, we got John there. At the time of the feast of dedication took place in Jerusalem, it was winter. And Jesus was walking in the temple in the Colonnade of Solomon. So the Jews gathered around him and said, how long will you keep us in suspense if you are in the Christ? Tell us plainly. Jesus answered them, I told you, and you do not believe. The works that I do in my Father's name bear witness about me. But you do not believe because you are not among my sheep. My sheep hear my voice and know them, and I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish, and no one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all, and no one is able to snatch them out of the Father's hand. I and the Father are one. The Jews picked up the stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of them are you going to stone me? The Jews answered them, it is not good work that we are going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God. Jesus answered, it is not written in your law, I said, you are the gods. If he called them gods to whom the word God came, the scripture cannot be broken. And you say of him whom the Father consecrated and sent into the world, you are blasphemizing. As I said, I am the Son of God. If I am not doing the works of my Father, then do not believe me. But if I do them, even though you do not believe me, believe the works, that you may know and understand that the Father is in me, and I am the Father. Again they sought to arrest him, but he escaped their hands. He went away again to Jordan, to the place where John had baptizing it at first, and there he remained. And many came to him, and they said, John did no sign, but everything that John said about this man was true, and many believed him there. Alright, we got reflection. Jesus had already spoken clearly about his identity and purpose as the Messiah. But apparently many Jews still felt he was veiling his identity. The problem, however, was not they lacked information. What they lacked was the ability to see spiritual reality. By God's grace, Jesus' sheep hear his voice. They understand him because they know him. Not only do believers know Jesus, but he knows us. To be known by Jesus is to be held secure in the grip of his grace. No one can snatch believers from Jesus' hand or from the Father's hand. Why? Because Jesus and the Father are one. They are both divine, acting with power and purpose that human forces cannot overcome. This is an affirmation both of Jesus' deity and the biblical teaching of the Trinity. And then, judging by their desire to stone Jesus for blasphemy, the Jews clearly understood the significance of Christ's claim. It's interesting I came to this, because it feels like there's been a lot of stones thrown at people in this energy. And who are we? We are not God. We're just sheep. And God is God. And Jesus even said he wasn't God. Jesus is a master magician. You know that, and he hears God. He hears Source. Source is God. If anybody needs to know, Source is God. Anybody that says Source, that's God. So however you relate to Source, however you relate to him, it's God. So if you don't follow him, how do you hear him? So obviously these people don't hear God. They don't hear Source. They don't. So I guess this is a parable in a story that my ear is itching. That we should all hear Source. I believe he's there. I have all kinds of faith in God. I wake up and breathe every day because God allows it. I'm in good health and protected because it's God's will. And I don't blasphemize his name and I don't throw stones. So maybe these people, in a sense, threw stones and this is why this is happening to them. I don't know. I felt like I should go and do this because of the way this kind of turned out. So, don't throw stones. Maybe they'll name that Don't Throw Stones. Alright, I am going to let y'all go because my grandson's going to be waking up. And my son will be coming back. And I will see you all in a little bit or on the next one. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later.